You're watching a man without a plan, stroll off into the woods, and in his backpack, he's carrying a brace of old SLR lenses from the 1970s. Yep, they're 3 prime lenses of different focal lengths, and often described as legacy lenses, I guess. Now, the camera I have with me is a Panasonic Lumix G7, and of course I've got the micro 4/3 adapter for these M42 lenses. So, I set off to shoot a vlog, but I put the cart before the horse because really none of this made sense when I got home at the editing suite. It just didn't make sense as much as I tried. So we're going to go back to basics. We're going to go right back to the start, how I should have started, explaining the lenses that I have and how I was going to employ them. Okay guys, we'll just whiz back now. Okay, so what I'm talking about here, I have 1, 2, 3 prime lenses, known as legacy lenses, I guess, and the all-important adapter, because I intend to use these on the Lumix G7, and it's the Lumix G7 I'm actually shooting on now. And I just wish over the years I hadn't sold all the lovely fast prime lenses I used to own. Never mind. Anyway, so these lenses are 42mm screw thread. This lens is a 28mm Super Paragon. This one is the 58mm f2 Helios, which is a Russian lens, and it's based apparently on the 1930s Zeiss Jena. I wasn't around then, by the way, not in the 1930s. This one, the 135, is f3.5, but effectively 4.556 aperture, but the focal length will be 270mm. So with the 3 lenses, a 28, a 58 and a 135, it's really a 56mm standard, a 116mm telephoto, great prime, great portrait lens if you like, and a 270mm telephoto, which is a good telephoto to have really on a micro 4/3. So what's the point of using these lenses, you may well ask? Well, it's all about bokeh. Yes, all about bokeh. And it's with bokeh that you can really achieve some beautiful aesthetic looking out of focus softness. You can actually see the swirly effects. If you've ever used a mirror lens, a catadioptric lens, I think it's pronounced. I used to have a 500mm Tamron that produced donut rings in the out of focus highlights. Quite attractive actually, but you could tell what lens is being used on any given photograph if you use a mirror lens because of that effect. But the subtlety of the bokeh, especially on this Zeiss Jena, and I've yet to use Zeiss Jena, Helios. I've yet to use the 135 or effectively 270mm telephoto, but we're going to go out and shoot some pictures and show you the results. So when I was out in the woods shooting these pictures, I wasn't really thinking about bokeh. Not really, I was just shooting pictures. It was the first time I'd actually used these lenses on the micro 4/3. So I was just snapping away. It was only when I got home I thought, well, duh, I should have been shooting maximum aperture all the time. Oh dear. Later, I decide to take my 5 prime lenses out into the garden and see which produces the best bokeh effects. So what's the results with these lenses? Well, as you can see over here to the right of me, I have 2 DSLR lenses as well, a 35mm f1.8 and a 105 macro. This is a Nikon, this is a Sigma. Brilliant lenses, particularly the 105 macro. Excellent lens that is, I love that. Great for portraits, great for obviously macro close-ups. Anyway, so what's the results? Now, this was a test, not for sharpness, not for anything else, not for colour fidelity or contrast, etc, etc. This was purely a test for bokeh. Okay, which of these 5 lenses produces the best bokeh? Well, there is an order. First of all, the 28mm Paragon prime lens, no, rubbish. Well, it's okay, it's an okay lens, but bokeh, nah. 135 Zeiss, okay, but mainly because it's a longer telephoto, a 270mm f4 on the micro 4/3. This lens, come back to that in a minute. I think you can probably guess. 35mm f1.8, not bad. 105 macro, yes, excellent bokeh, beautiful, beautiful. It's designed for that anyway, I guess. But this is the baby of a prime lens. If you're going to buy a prime lens for micro 4/3, I would suggest you get one of these Helios lenses, and there's loads on eBay to be honest, and they're quite cheap, around £30. But Fantastic results for bokeh, really, really nice. Beautiful for filming as well, of course, because you've got full manual focus. And that's where these lenses come in on their own. I mean, really, some of the DSLR lenses are very difficult to focus manually. The focus ring just moves very slightly and you go from virtually close up to infinity in about half an inch, but that's no good. What you really want is a long, smooth focusing ring, and these lenses have that in spades. So these are much better for filmmaking, basically. You don't want hunting of focus in filmmaking. Oh God, it looks terrible. So yeah, this is the lens. Fantastic, beautiful. I'm so pleased I've got this, and in fact I've got two because I've got another one, same lens, slightly possibly older, but it should be optically the same, but I've yet to try that, and I should have actually given this a quick whiz. But anyway, the Zenith B will feature in a forthcoming vlog because I really want to put a roll of film through this. I'm just going to put a roll of black and white through. I'll have to scan the negs so I no longer have a dark room. Yeah, and in some ways I'm really pleased about that. I much prefer the light room. Yeah, this is Bokelicious. Yeah, I promised myself I wasn't going to say Bokelicious, but I've said it now. Summing up, in regards to bokeh, it appears that the more aperture blades a lens has, coupled with a fast aperture, the better the bokeh. The Helios 58mm lens has 8 aperture blades, which along with its optical design is probably why it produces such pleasing results. The Paragon 28mm wide angle has only 6 blades, and the Zeiss 135mm has the same. But then a telelens should always, given its maximum aperture, beat a wide angle lens in the bokeh stakes. Incidentally, my Signal 105 macro has 9 blades, and the 35mm f1.8 Nikkor has 7, but still produces really nice results wide open. Still, tech info aside, shooting with fully manual prime lenses has one major benefit. It encourages a more considered approach to photography, and if you've ever gone back to shooting film, well, that has the same effect as well, because shooting spray and pray is just not on, unless of course you have money to burn. Big D Digital has made us lazy. It simply encourages a run and scattergun approach to picture taking. So slow down, see your photography improve with good old manual lenses from yesteryear. It's all about the light and the composition and the moment. That's photography in a nutshell. Three things. Light, composition, the moment. That's all we need to worry about. Yeah. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe if you like, and I'll be back soon. Cheers for now. Bye.